Shalom, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash, and double honor to the elder apostles, elder bishops, and brothers on the great millstone. Salutations to the whole field. Like this is your brother Rai Banyamian here to share our lesson. And title of this lesson is hated for having a zeal for the Most High. So you'll see the article. It says NYPD mom reportedly labeled as scammer for requesting to be off on Saturdays because of religion. When believers now starting this walk, one of the first misconceptions that they have is that the Sabbath is from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, every week, and not based on the new moon. So as new believers, unknown to this fact, they're gonna seek to request these days off, from their employers, not knowing the full truth. And this is why, I'm grateful, that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai pointed me to the direction of Great Millstone and the elder apostles, elder bishops, that teach the 100% doctrine. So I know that the Sabbath is not based on the weekends, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, but by the new moon. So a lot of new believers, they do these things and they are ridiculed on their job, unknowingly. And these things, these persecutions and stuff is gonna happen, more and more, especially when you're trying to spend time with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You're trying to keep the high holy days. Esau wants every bit of us. He wants our body, mind, and our spirit at the same time. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna read this article, man. Share the article. Share a few lessons and close it out. So, hated for having a zeal of the Most High. Published on October 16 by Stefan Narty. It says a Brooklyn police officer and a Seventh-day Adventist has dragged the New York Police Department to court after she said she faced ridicule and was labeled a scammer when she requested for Saturdays off to observe her religious worship. No, we are not to do anything with the Seventh-day Adventists. From the look of it, look like she might be Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Especially trying to do something, for the Lord. But it's not. We are not to be affiliated really with any of these denominations of Christianity. Yes, we are the true Christians, but these different sects, Roman Catholic, Anglican, all these things don't teach the 100% truth. Alright, so as you see, she have a zeal for the Most High. She requested Saturdays off to observe her religious worship. Continuing on, it says Joanne St. John, so she might be Haitian based on that name, might be a Levi. Joanne St. John, who joined the service in 2016, alleged that she was initially assured that she could observe her religious beliefs as a Seventh-day Adventist, a Christian sect that observes the Sabbath from sundown on Friday to sundown on Saturday. You know what I mean? So she's trying to to do what's right, to keep the law, but not according to knowledge. And I'll grab that scripture first and foremost in the book of Romans, the chapter and the 2nd verse. It says, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. When you go into that word zeal, it's an excitement of mind, adore, fervor of spirit, right? Embracing, adore and embracing, pursuing, defending anything. Zeal in behalf of, for a person or thing. Fierceness or indignation, punitive zeal. Let me see what else. So she have a fervor in mind. She's excited, right, to do these things for the Lord, but she figure it is well pleasing not to her, but it's not, you know, of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? She'll know that to follow the new moon is actually the Sabbath, which sometimes it may fall on the beginning of a Monday sundown to Tuesday sundown, you know, or a Wednesday sundown to Thursday sundown. You know what I mean? So a lot of stuff could be avoided, you know, when you learn the, you know, the truth. Continuing on, it says, during her 8-year tenure, St. John claimed that her superiors questioned her religious practices by saying, "You are not Jewish. You are practicing. Why are you practicing like you're Jewish?" But she is an Israelite, right? Israelite woman. And Esau behaves like this because he believes that we should be in a dysfunctional state. Even though, you know what I mean, she's going off, you know, she's wrong, she don't know any better. You understand? Esau does not respect when we do something 100%, you know what I mean, to the best of our ability in belief, you know, for our God. You know, he hates that. He has disdain for that. Now, if she was one of these women that, you know, cursed, you know, dress provocative, you know what I mean, have a masculine, you know, frame or demeanor, he would like that because it brings forth dysfunction to a woman's husband, her home, to her family and children. You understand? But when he see that, you know, a woman, when the Israelite trying to do what's right for the Most High, to serve the Most High, he hates that. Why? Because, you know, his spirit is not, you know, upright in him, and he's proud. Listen to that statement. Why are you practicing like you're Jewish? It sounds like an Edomite would say something like that, man. You know, and I'm gonna grab that secondly in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith." You know what I mean? So Lord willing, you know what I mean, she come into the videos and lessons of the elder apostles, elder bishops and brothers on down. She learns the truth that the Sabbath is not from Friday sundown, you understand, to Saturday sundown. Then they would even be more angry because she would be more in her right mind. She'd be following, you know, the 100% Salakia doctrine. Continuing on, it says, according to a lawsuit filed in Manhattan Supreme Court, St. John alleged further that her superiors informed her there was no place for her in the police department due to her religion. Now that's true, you know, I mean, no woman should be in an authoritative position like that, especially a masculine you know, position like that, where you have to help find and arrest individuals, you know, being the weaker you know, vessel. You know, so they write about that. So Esau's right. It says, despite her initial dream of working for the NYPD, her experience turned into a nightmare. She was eventually granted religious accommodations for her required days off, as reported by the New York Post. She added that her superiors later stated that fellow officers were upset about her being granted a weekend day off and started to criticize her religious beliefs. One boss told her, "I don't understand your religion. Your religion is messed up, as documented in court papers." Now, can you imagine if she went and tell them that she's an Israelite? They would look up that the organization or the belief of an Israelite has been deemed a T. I mean, those of you who in the know, right, know that the Hebrew Israelite have been classified as a T, right? T organization. So they will come down on her even more, being in a position to take care of the affairs of and rights, of the people, serving in the police force. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna stop there and I'm gonna read a document in the Bible in First Timothy, because women, they have their instruction. They shouldn't be working no job like that. There's other jobs and benefits that they could get, without joining the police force. And the New York NYPD at that. So this is First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9, and I'm going to read from verse 9 to 15. It said, the heading is Woman Instructed. It says, in like manner also, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, right? Those women up there in the police department, they wear pants, boots. Most time it is tight pants where you can see their figure. You understand? They shouldn't be on a gun on their waist, you know what I'm saying? They should not be in those type of profession. Verse 10, it says, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Alright, taking care of the home, praying, fasting, loving the Lord, loving the husband. It says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor usurp authority over a man, but to be in silence. So being in an officer position like that is usurping authority over a man. When these women pull over Jake man, they want to talk to you rough, you know what I'm saying? They want to be short with you. You understand? Because they are in a position of authority where it shouldn't be so, They are in a position of authority over a man, and you have to sit there and answer their questions to a certain degree, right? If they ask you to pull out your ID, this document, that document, you got to do it, put it into your identification, and your vehicle, depending on what they stop you for. It says, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgressions, right? So she sinned first. It says, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. So the only thing that will save these women, especially in these last days, is if they join on to an elect man, and continuing on, living holy and clean for the Most High. Continuing on with the article, it says, St. John also claimed that a supervisor made a discriminatory comment by stating that her religion was not for black people. Yeah, and it's not. It's not for Israelite people. Being a so-called, 7 days Adventist is not for the Israelites, right? We have our laws, commandments, and statutes that we are to follow, right? So he's right there again, you know what I mean? So the first thing he said, she is not there. This is not the kind of job for her. And then he said it's not a religion for black people. So sometimes Esau might be right to a certain degree, and these things help to turn you from these religions, man. Well, what is the ways of the Israelite, that is not of falsehood, All right. As a result, she was assigned to work on Saturdays, which compelled her to use her personal accrued time off to observe the Sabbath. So you saw how wicked Esau is? This, she alleged, has resulted in her missing out on overtime opportunities and transfers to specialized units, as detailed in her legal filing. According to her, her woes worsened in 2020 when Sergeant Robin Abrams became her new supervisor. She pointed out that Abrams told her that no cop wants to work with you because you're a scammer. In the same year, now I would say this though, you know what I mean? Even when, you know, following the 100% doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that was given to apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they would call us scammers and stuff because we are not in the land of Israel and not what's that word? You know what I mean? And not, you know, one of the Israeli people and they over there. They would look at us and they would say, well, you're all not from Israel. Why are you all practicing Jewish customs, you know? It says, in that same year, St. John claimed that her supervisors wrongly declared her absent without leave on a Saturday and sent Nassau County police officers to her Long Island residence, which she perceives as an act of harassment. She maintained that when the officers arrived, they informed her that she was AWOL and claimed that her supervisors had been unable to contact her, which she considers preposterous since she had the day off as per her religious accommodation. It says the officer, who is a mother of three, said despite submitting multiple formal complaints regarding her treatment, she is still under constant harassment. She hopes her lawsuit will prompt the NYPD to institute changes, and that concludes the article. She should be trying to get out of there, man, especially in these last days where you're going to have a lot of different riots and uproars of the people. And Esau already don't like her. She is likely to be sent into these areas of civil unrest where she would be injured, you know, or killed. So our people have a decision to make, man. You know, to cut ourselves off, you know, from the society, you know, before it is too late, and to get to know Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and what is required so that we may live. You know what I'm saying? Because the society is crumbling. You don't want to be, you know, caught out there, you know, without any knowledge, without any light. So this is Titus, the 2nd chapter. You know, read from verse 1. Right? This is the duties of the young and the old. Says, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, right? How we should keep the Sabbath, the Passover, you know, praying to the east, you know, how we should talk to the Lord, you know what I'm saying? For the women, how to take care of their homes and their husbands, the older women to teach, you know, younger women to love their husbands. All right, verse 2, it says that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands. See, right? To love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home. You see that? So she is not keeper at home. She is out there working in adverse conditions, you know, in the cold and winter time, heat, summertime. You know, where I know she would appreciate being at home with her 3 children, you know what I mean, serving her husband. But, you know, this is the things that Esau have our women doing, and they wanted these things too at the same time. A lot of them did, you know. They were part of that 1960s, 1970s feminine movement, right? That put women in the workforce, you know. Says obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed, right? So doing all these things, you know, I mean, the Lord, you know, he wouldn't be blamed, you know, I mean, because what you're doing is upright and is well pleasing and stuff on to, you know. So Lord willing, the sister see this lesson and come out of the Seventh-day Adventist church, you know, I mean, only then can she receive love. So Lord willing, you know, she repent of this religion and try to get out of the NYPD, because great death is coming to anyone that is joined onto them. So Lord willing, this quick lesson be edifying unto you elect, and until you next time, shalom.